I've been here since 2009, and I was a volunteer coordinator for several years, and then I retired, and my husband retired, and then I was recruited back to the board, and then I ended up being the board chair and very heavily involved in this big project that we're doing, but just loving every minute of it. And it's great, really exciting time to be the president of a board that's going through so many changes and yet trying to keep everything feeling the same. The number of patients that are traditionally on hospice at any one time in Talbot County is about 30. It's called the average daily census, and so we're expecting to start with around that number of patients. But no one has really gone out yet into the community and made a real effort to let people know more about what hospice services are, even to let physicians know more about what we can provide. And so we want to grow, we expect to grow, we want to be able to serve more patients who are who need our services, just don't realize how much they could benefit from them. But one of the things we like the best is that because we're Talbot County, we're never going to be a huge hospice. We're going to be small enough that we can continue to provide those kind of intimate services that we love, and we know everybody and everybody knows us, and we want to preserve that feeling. I always like to make the point that we have maybe 5 or 6 guests here, and the other 25 are out in their homes or in a nursing home or facility. You know, sometimes people come into our guest wing because they're just at a point where the family is too tired to do anymore, or they're at a point where they're scared or anxious about what might happen and they want more help. But most people want to be at home. Most people would prefer to die at home, and so it's appropriate for hospice to go to people's home. Or maybe a family has gotten someone established in a nursing home and the patient is used to the people there on the staff and likes it there and is comfortable. There's no need to uproot them for them to receive hospice service. I think that what's important about dying is it's a time when people begin to feel that they don't have many choices anymore. And hospice gives lots of choices back to people. That's the thing that I didn't know about hospice that I learned, is that there are lots of things that people want to do at the end of life. And that's what hospice is about, helping the patient meet whatever goals they might have. Some patients just want to be quiet and be in the presence of their families. Some want to travel. Some want to write somebody a letter before they die, or they have something that they want to say to someone. And hospice is all about helping make those experiences happen. I mean, from what I've mentioned to, you know, throwing a party for someone's last anniversary, and volunteers coming in and helping with that to make sure that that could happen and be a wonderful memory. So it's really, that's the part that I love, and I think most of us that work here love, is it's just all about that individual patient and what their goals are for the end of their lives, what they want, and how we can make that happen for them. We try to carry out what the patient's wishes are, and sometimes that means a lot of communication with the family, and sometimes it's clearing up maybe a misunderstanding about what medication is and what it does, and what else is available besides medication that can help. You know, we use all kinds of techniques, like massage and music therapy and other things that can be helpful. And so that's why you need, you know, the one thing that we wish all the time is that we had patients a little longer. A lot of times patients call us when it's so close to the end that we can do a lot, but we can't do what we could have done if they'd come to us a month earlier. But when we do get patients on long enough, then we can create these relationships to just sort of help guide the family and the patient to everybody making choices that work. Sometimes they're small ones, but they're, you know, what do you want to eat? It's not so important anymore for somebody to have a balanced meal. So I remember one of our patients that had ice cream and beer for breakfast in the morning. That's okay now, you know. Some people want to be rolled out on the patio and sit outside. Other people want their doors closed and they want a special kind of music. Or once when I was a volunteer coordinator, someone wanted a cat to sit on their bed. And I found one within about 40 minutes and had a cat here that sat on this man's wife's bed for 3 days until she died. So they're little choices, but they feel like control. They feel like I have some control over what's happening to me here at this point. I just want the community, I want to thank the community because they're the reason that Talbot Hospice exists in the first place. They've supported us all along. As far as we're concerned, this hospice belongs to Talbot County, and we want it to always feel that way.